Hey, what's up, my YouTube friends? Coming at you with some over 40 fitness, doing some calisthenics there. When I say over 40, actually, this July I'm going to be turning 49, right? So, well past 40, almost 50. Right? Hopefully this will give you some motivation, some inspiration. We'll have a little bit of discussion. Now, I'm not necessarily expecting people to do a parallel bars routine with me, but this is calisthenics. You know, in calisthenics, you use your own body weight to do resistance training. Calisthenics, a lot of people try to compare it to weightlifting, like with free weights. Well, I do both, so I don't have a dog in that particular fight. I find them both beneficial. You know, calisthenics, I mean, it's just a form of weightlifting. Just because the weight happens to be your own body weight, you're still lifting weights, right? But there are some benefits to calisthenics. Look, calisthenics will always be very popular. And the reason is because it's just less expensive. You don't need any equipment to do push-ups, right? Or to do burpees. And a lot of parks have a pull-up bar. Now these bars right here are TDS parallel bars, and this is actually the older model. They have a new model now that is actually superior. Right, so underneath the video I'll include a link to the newest version of these. Highly recommended. Worth every penny. Now the main difference between these and some other parallel bars dip stations that you could buy that might be less expensive, well, these are higher and they are longer. And they have more diameter to the bars. So basically they're bigger and taller. They allow for a few more techniques. I also use these bars to do just your regular tricep dips, and I also do pull-ups on them. Now when I do pull-ups, I do L-sit pull-ups. In weightlifting, there is something called time under tension, which is basically how long during a particular lift the muscle is actually tense. Now, these parallel bars techniques provide a lot of time under tension, specifically for the forearms, the shoulders, and, you know, the ones with L-sits for the abs as well, right? So because of the time under tension, these techniques are very beneficial. Some of these are also really good for strengthening the lower back. Now, I did have someone on one of my sword videos, I guess you could see my forearms because I'm gripping the katana, right? And he asked for exercises. Like, he basically asked, how did my forearms get defined? Well, I do not do any specific free weights exercises to target only the forearm. So my forearms get strengthened from these parallel bar exercises where during the entire exercise the forearm is tense. A lot of these also train the core, right? So you're not going to have to do like crunches. You're not going to have to do crunches anymore if you're doing like the L-sits and the other things on these bars. Now that doesn't mean that I don't occasionally I do like decline crunches sometimes with weights. But I'm just saying, like, if you don't like doing just your basic crunch, you're not going to need to do crunches if you get good at this parallel bar stuff because it works your core. Another great thing about calisthenics, it keeps you honest, right? Because you're using your own body weight, if your body weight is just way too heavy, you're not going to be able to do most of the calisthenics moves. So what does that tell you? It tells you that you need to address your body fat before you try to exercise with, supreme intensity. There's only a few ways to get better at a calisthenics move. Like, the first is just to get more coordinated through practice. But aside from that, you either have to get stronger or you have to weigh less so that you're having to lift less, or all of the above. But yeah, I swear by calisthenics, regular weightlifting with free weights, and running. All right, so here's a recent picture. I date stamped it so you know when these pictures were taken. Now, it takes a while to edit videos, so as I'm narrating this, these are the most recent pictures that I have. I'm not sure when I will post this, but pretty recent. So, does this stuff work? Do you know what you're talking about? Bro, I'm 48. Yes, all the stuff I recommend, it works for me anyway. I hope this has given you some new ideas for your own health and fitness journeys. I'm out.